Hi guys, we're really sorry about the technical issues we had earlier this week, so we're going to just do a short and sweet walkthrough of our presentation. I'm Sharon Sturkin. I'm the one that teaches AP Statistics.
And I'm reading.
So a little bit about us. We teach AP Calc, AP Stats, obviously, Pre-Calc, AFM, and Math 3, both honors and on level. All of our activities that we use in our class, we share on our blog. So feel free to go to our blog, and here is the information for that. You can also follow us on Twitter at Girl Math Times 2. Just a little bit about why we decided to start our blog. We found it really hard to find quality stuff for upper level math classes. So we started deciding that it was just a good idea to share what we created. And we steal a lot of ideas from other people, and we definitely give them props when we can remember where we stole them from.
Is the limits breakout, which I discussed, which you guys can hear me, but hopefully this presentation, you will get this presentation with this video, and so you can just click here. Here's the breakout. It's on Google Sites. There's a lot of Google things. The locks, if you type in the wrong, it will turn red, and you guys can just play around with it. And if you click the link, and then here's the folder to access all of the materials, and if you want to create your own, here are the tutorials.
And I did an objectively similar to the breakout, a lot more straightforward and a lot more user-friendly, a lot less time for the teacher to prepare. So you can just click on this, and it'll take you straight to my deck toys. It's just on statistics probability review. It takes maybe 20 minutes for the students to go through, depending on where you are. I used it as a review, and each one of these little dots they have to go through, and they have to answer and solve questions to move past where they are. So I'm not going to sit here and let you watch me do that, but that's how you can do a deck toys.
Okay, so I did true, truths, and a lie for features of f of x. So the students had to find increasing, decreasing, concavity, inflection points, critical numbers, and extrema, and then they would come up with justifications for each. And on a post-it note, they would write down 2 truths and 1 lie, and then I posted it around the board, and then students would pick another equation that they did not already come up with the 2 truths and a lie, and then try to find the lie. So you can click here, and it will take you to what I give to the students, which here are the functions, and here are the instructions.
Okay. This is something I do in almost all my classes, the sum of 3. You may have heard it as added up, where you can do groups of 4. But I basically have students, oops, of course. There we go. So here are the instructions that you'll be given. Each group will get a stack of cards. There are 7 different cards with differing colors, and they're going to work maybe like on the green card, and all the ones on the green card will have the margin of error, standard error, or margin of error, and then they'll all each solve their own card. And what they'll do is they'll take the sum of all their answers, and they will put it into this Google form. And just like in the breakout, if you type in the wrong answer, it comes up red. So they will be able to know if all 3 of them are correct, then they can move on to the next color card. And if one of them is wrong or multiple are wrong, then they need to figure out who was wrong and why.
So I did this for Riemann Sums, a coastal erosion project. We live at the beach, so I just thought it was a pretty cool idea. I got the idea from this link here. They have an activity, but I just kind of made my own project out of it. So if you, So here are the instructions. If you click on that link, you can kind of see this is the write-up that I gave the students. The students are going to find a before and after picture using Google. Use a ruler found online under Google Images, and then they're going to find they're going to measure the beach at the before and after, and then use Riemann sums to find the area lost due to erosion. So here's a student example. And they also have to discuss what is coastal erosion. So this is a great STEM project if you have STEM at your school. And so this is just showing how they measured. They used Desmos to create the graph and the table, and then down here showing their left Riemann sum, and then trapezoidal rule, and then this was the coastline after. So I love this project. Alice Keeler, actually I use her template tab too. So this link is here if you would like to look into that.
All right. So for matched pairs, I do an intro, and before we even discuss how to do a matched pairs, we go outside and we bowl. So basically the students will get tennis balls, some measuring tape, and some sidewalk chalk, and the goal is to roll the ball to their target, and then they have to measure how far it is away. The catch is they have to do it with both their dominant and non-dominant hands. And then we come back to the classroom and we collect all the data. They usually just type it into my calculator, the teacher calculator, and then we'll go from there, and we'll actually carry out the t-test to see if there is a difference in the accuracy of dominant versus non-dominant hands. So this is a student handout, and then past that, there's just a couple of ideas for teacher discussion and things like that. I completely stole this from Bob. If you don't follow his blog, I suggest it. He's pretty amazing.
All right, so for the last one, I created for related rates and optimization, I created a multiple choice clue game. So I post the cards. That's the student worksheet. So I make cards of this. Whoops. I make cards and I cut them out and paste them all around the room. And then as you can notice, it's multiple choice. And so next to the answers, there are names. There are also going to be locations next to them and murder weapons. And so what happens if a student gets the correct answer on station 1, and let's say it was Mrs. Black, that student is going to write 1 for Mrs. Black. And so whenever you have the blanks, whoever's a blank for the suspect, location, or murder weapon, that's going to be where it happened, who did it, and with what. The kids have a lot of fun doing this. I also created a deck toys, so there's the link here if you would like to check that out using the same exact problems.
All right, my last one, achieving linearity is coming back, I guess we'll say it's making a comeback. So I've created some bivariate stations. The folder of my activities are right here, so you have access to everything in my folder. Here's the sheets, and similar to what Randy was talking about, I print these out on cardstock, and I just put them around the room, and they go around to different stations and collect the data. And once they have that, they're going to put it into a spreadsheet. And this is where it can get a little crazy. They're not very spreadsheet savvy. So here's the actual student spreadsheets. You'll notice that on one station, there's a number where it's supposed to be, and then there's this errant 10 all the way out here. We assumed that they were supposed to go together. And then of course, kids were not on the correct tabs all the time, so that was a little bit of an issue, but no big deal for that. It's always fun anyway. Here's a copy of my rubric, just for in case you're interested. The student handout sheet, and I also give the students this because I know they actually do mess up on their spreadsheet issues. So I have them write down their X and their Y from each station, just in case there's a major issue, we can figure it out. So there's that.
done. If you guys have any questions, you can always go to our blog, comment, or you can find us on Twitter. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Hope you can hear us now.